In this video, we will review the enhancements with the deck report in the latest release of OpenBridge Modeler. The first enhancement is the new capability to include approach slabs in the deck elevation report. Maintaining the same functionality as the current deck report, approach slabs can now be selected as part of the bridge unit when generating elevations. The start and end can be set to approach reference lines, and approach slab edges are available as common references for inclusion in the deck report. To demonstrate this in OpenBridge Modeler, I will create the deck report for this bridge. The approach slabs are in place at both ends, so I will go to Reports and Drawings and click on Deck in the Bridge Reporting group to generate the approach slab and deck elevations. For the start limit line, I select the first approach reference line. For the end limit line, I choose the approach reference line at the end, accept the selection. And in the deck elevation report dialog, start is set to approach reference line left and to approach reference line right, and longitudinal offsets can be defined relative to these references. I will choose the report type and transversal lines, specify the number of points per span, and select the common references as the left and right edges of the deck and both approach slabs. Once done with the common references, I click Generate, and in the generated report, span 0 is the start approach slab, span 1 the first span of the bridge, span 2 the second span, and span 3 corresponds to the end of the approach slab, and elevations are reported at the specified number of points for each span, and additionally at the start and end support and bearing lines if there are any. The blue lines here in view 1 show the transversal lines, and orange dots are displayed at the points where approach slabs and deck elevations are reported. In the deck elevation report dialog, it is possible to specify the spacing between the transversal lines rather than the points per span. Here, if I set the spacing to 11 feet, transversal lines will be spaced 11 feet apart on each span, and the report will be generated accordingly, with the number of points reported on the 22 feet wide start approach slab reducing to 3. The transversal lines and orange dots are updated here as well. The second enhancement with deck report is the option to use name points from the deck template as common references. In the deck template, there is now the option to specify a point as an elevation report point. These points will appear in the common references list of the deck elevation report dialog, and this makes it possible to read deck elevations at points other than the deck ends and alignments, and final grade elevations can be extracted at alternative locations. In OpenBridge Modeler, I will open the deck library and choose an existing template here to apply this new option. So here for this template, I will set the elevation report flag for points P1 and P9. Point name can be controlled, so I will rename them as well. So starting with P1, I set the elevation report flag and also name this right lane 1. Then I will repeat the same for P9. I check the elevation report box and name this point left lane 1. I save the changes. Next, I will assign this template to the deck through Properties. So I select the deck, go to Properties, and here I will choose Template. I will select the template that I just saved. Now in Reports and Drawings Deck Report, when I open the Deck Elevation Report dialog after selecting the start and end limit lines, the points that I renamed and specified as elevation report points left lane 1 and right lane 1 are listed in the common references list. Before this enhancement, alignment, deck and barrier edges and beam paths were the available common references, and it was possible to define transverse offsets from these references. This new option allows extracting elevations at desired locations on the deck template, and instead of specifying a transverse offset from the edge, now a named point can be defined to show up in this list. I will select the 2 points as references, set the points per span to 11, and in the generated report, elevations will be reported at these points at the specified number of points on each span.